Hi all. In previous video we saw how we can create uh, database SQL database inside SQL Server 2017. We created the AEA school database. Today's video we are going to create several table for this AEA school. If we get this chart, I'm planning to create a student table which contain all the student information. Uh, all the student first name, last name, and date of birth. And second table I would like to create is class table which contain all the classes available that school. So next table I want to create is a class register which contain all the registered student in particular classes. So fourth and final table I want to create exam mark which contain all the marks where the student get. So our first table is student table. We are going to create this student table. So we jump into Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. In that you can see AEA database. Inside this database we can create tables. There's a folder called table. So we have to right click this table folder and new, and we can press table option to create table inside this database. And after clicking that table option we will get this interface, graphical interface. Using this interface we can create student table. So first we have to create primary key to uniquely identify this student record. For that I'm going to create student code as my primary key. Type is int. So we can make this column as a primary key using right click set primary key option. When we press this set primary key option, it will make as a primary key. And if you see this column property information, we'll go through what are the column property available inside this SQL server. And first section is general information, which contain all the general data related to this SQL server. First one is field name. In this case, student code denoted as a field name. And our second option is allow null. That means we can make this column as null or we have to put not null. In this student code is a primary key. Therefore, it automatically disable this allow null option, because a student primary key cannot be blank. We must have primary key for each and every row in order to uh, identify the record. Say we have in this case we have first name and last name. I think we have another field called middle name. So we can put allow null. Uh, if you don't know the middle name of the student, we can make that as allow null. So we will try to create first name. Our type is vacha. Vacha. In that case, I can set this as allow null. So in our case, we must need first name. Therefore, we make this allow null. No. That means we have to put first name anyhow. So our third field is last name, that is also Vasha. We need that also. So we make uh, this allowable no. And if you go to this student, we have another field called date of birth. Date of birth. Date of birth we can put date as a type. So if we go to this property again, we so this allow null case data type. Normally we have several data types available in the SQL server. So I'll explain all the data types in other video. And default binding value. Think uh, we want to uh, keep track of this record created date and time. So in that case we can create date time field and type is date time. So we can populate this create date time automatically. For that we can use this default binding uh, values. So if you go to this, if you want to get current date time, we can use get date function. So it will return current date and time. Today is 2019, month of 3rd, 11th. That means March 11, 21, 36, 9:36. So we can put this method in here as a default date, default value. So in that case, we don't want to insert any data in regular base. No, it automatically populated. So that is a that is about general information. And table designer, we can specify collation also here. If you have, if we need different collation, we can use this collation field. And next one is computer column specification. In this case, we can use any computer column like I think we have a field called full name that is also char 50, and we'll make this as a computed column. So full name is last name plus uh, first name plus last name. So we can put this as this computed column as first name plus last L name. The evaluation, the formula for column L name. Do we want to cancel it? Yeah, in this, before we use this condition, we have to save this table. So we'll remove this formula and try to save this one, and it will ask table name. We can put student as a table name, and now we have a student database. So if you open this table section, we cannot see any table called student. So we have to refresh and get the student table. So now we'll try to put computed column full name. So computed column specification formula we can put here. We remove this one as yeah. single quotation for this case. So if you enter first name and uh, last name, it automatically it will generate the full name. That is the purpose of formula. And our next one is description. We can any description related to this student table. Say this table going to store information related to school. Likewise, we can keep description about this table, so we can save this information. And we have a full text specification. Think we have a large number of data, like if you want to keep if you want to store document word document type of data, we and later we want to search information inside that document, we can use this full text specification uh, as a yes, and it will automatically create full search index search related to this database. And this identity specification, that means in here we are making this student column as a primary key, and normally it generate 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, it will generate sequential order. We can set that sequential order in here, identity specification. Here we set this as is identity yes, and this identity incremental. We can set the identity seed mean which number we need to start. So we can put 10 here if you want. Say we have already registered, we have 10 already registered student, and we have to continue 11, 12, because we can use other 1 to 10 for current student. So likewise, we can specify start position, and incremental mean if you want to increment 1 or 2. Like if you put 2 here, it increment start value is 10, increment 12, 40. Likewise, we can specify incremental number here. In our case, we need both. We make both as 1, and receipt also 1. And this is Spark. Actually, if you make this is pass, actually it doesn't take any space to store data. If column is created with Spark clause within in that it contains 0 or null, it will be take less space or regular column. It if you have other column, if you compare this Spark column and other column, it will take less space. And SQL Server 2017 actually it gives allowed 1024 column for this Spark count. So that is the purpose of Spark. And Likewise, we can create student tables. Uh, we we have some unsaved information. This start button denote that one. So we'll save our final table detail. And now we have student table. Likewise, we'll try to create other tables also. Here I have a class table and create new class code. This is int. Okay, class code int. This is set as primary. It will increment. And I want to show you another thing. If you type this string with space, SQL this management studio automatically append two bracket in front and backside, because we cannot put spaces in this table creation time. So let make sure without minimize the spaces, because we can create fields with spaces. SQL table append bracket mark for if there are any space. So better to remove those spaces and create the tables. And our class table, another field we have called class name. Called class name Vacha 15, and we are going to call this table as class. We'll save this, and now we have class table. Okay, now we are trying to insert data to this table. In student, we have Annabelle and Emily and 2000. Date of birth is 2000 February 10th. 2000 February 10th. Yeah, we have to if you press enter, it will not generate this student code. You have to rerun this, execute this SQL statement. So it will only commit the information, and it will pop up. It will create this student incremental code, and also full name and created date time. Now time is 21:47. Yeah, and second name is Benjamin Oliver, and 2071. 2071. Yes, this is a one way we can use to insert data to this database. If you want, we can use query to insert data for this table. We can right click this table. There's option called script table as, and that we have to write SQL new query statement. So in this case, we can put this information, our next information is metric. Our next one is metric. If it is string, we have to put single quotation. Last name is John. And date of birth, this one 2000 February 1st, and we don't want to put any create data. So if you want to create query, we have to put, we'll format this one. Here we have to put this insert command into our table, and then we have to specify fields name we are going to populate. In our case, first name, last name, date of birth, and then values denote what are the values we are going to insert. In our case, first name is Frederick, second name is John, and date of birth. If you want to format this string, we can select this information and you can press Control Shift Q, and it will automatically format this select insert statement, and we can press OK. And likewise, we can use this SQL insert statement to generate information, and then we have to execute this query statement. For that, we have few options. We can select if there are any multiple statement, we can select this statement and right click execute. Also we can press F5. If not, we can option here in the toolbar, we can press execute. So it will insert another record, Fedri. Likewise, we can insert John. We can John, Sina. Birthday is 2000 February 4th. 2000 February 4th. So normally if we already execute this statement, we have to comment this one. So we can accidentally we can run this query statement. To prevent that thing, we have to comment this statement. If you want to comment SQL statement, you can highlight this which highlight specific area you want to comment, and you can press Control K and C, and Control K and C will comment the statement. Control K and U uncomment. Control K C comment. Control K U uncomment. So now we can execute this fourth student using this SQL command. We have one record for each method. So now we have this information, and we'll try quickly populate in class information. For that, we have to right click, edit 2000 rows, and first class is IT class. Can enter here. Second class is network class. Yes, we have records now. Student and class. Now we'll go to create this class register quickly. We can create new table. Class with the code. Type is in. This is primary. We'll make this as identity specification yours because we need primary key to identify this record, and our class register need to have class code, key is integer, and student code for the student going to register this class, and that is also integer. And we can save this information as a class register. And another table we have exam mark. I click new table, exam mark code, int, this is primary. We'll make this as identity specification, yes, and class register code, and marks. We are going to save this table as marks. So once the student get this 98 marks, that is class register, third record of is 23, that is 23, John get the 98 mark. Which class? That will be 90 class. Okay, we'll quickly insert record to this table also. We can refresh this table and we'll see its class register and exam marks. Right click, record. This is class 1, student 1, class 1, student 1. So class 2, student 2, class 2, student 2, class 1, student 3, class 1, student 3, student 3. So class, what is this record? This is class 1, that is IT class. Student is John. Class 1, student John, that is 4. And class 2, student record, student 2, class 2, student 4. Yes. Now we have class register. We'll populate exam marks here. Yeah, first record 1 at marks. 278, 3, 28, 4, 68, 5, 66, 460, 8. next one is 675. 70. The way we can insert a table inside SQL Server, and we see so how we can populate this table using query statement, and also a manual way how we can insert data to this database. It's all about today's lesson. Thank you very much.